Hello fellow emos and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be exploring the time Dave Mustaine voiced support for the IRA, allegedly of course. If you're not already subscribed then please do hit the subscribe button, I post new videos weekly. And as always, MCR5 2024, it is so real, it is so happening, you've just got to keep the faith. Before we jump into this video, I just wanted to make my stance on the topic clear. Obviously I am English, but I believe Ireland should be in control of Ireland. Whether that is them choosing to be united or to remain part of the UK, it should be up to them. Now that's out of the way, let's go. First we need to establish who Dave Mustaine is. This will just be a very brief introduction, as most of you probably know who he is.
Am I a guitar hero? Yes, I'm a legend.
How come?
I don't know. People call me a legend. I just, if they say, "Hey, legend," I don't go, "Okay, I'm over here," But I guess probably because I've died once and I'm still here, and I've sold 20 million records with Megadeth and 40 million with Metallica. That makes me legendary.
Dave Mustaine is an American musician who is most well known for being the co-founder, singer, and main songwriter for the band Megadeth. Megadeth is of course one of the most famous thrash metal bands in the world, having sold over 38 million records worldwide. Prior to co-founding Megadeth, Dave was famously in Metallica. However, this was before they recorded their debut album. He was kicked out of the band due to his substance use and his aggression. After this, he was part of a handful of short-lived bands, and then he went on to create Megadeth, and like they say, the rest is history. Okay, so we know who Dave is and who Megadeth are, but how did the IRA come into this? So it was May 11th, 1988, and Megadeth are due to play their first gig in Northern Ireland, having just released their third album. So far, so good, so what, to great reviews. Megadeth are on top of the world. The album reached number 18 on the UK albums chart, which is huge for a thrash metal band. This is also a big moment for Northern Ireland though, as bands were hesitant to play there due to the troubles and the potential security issues that could arise. For example, Iron Maiden, who toured heavily in the 80s, having multiple world tours, didn't play Belfast. However, the only security issue that night was Dave.
Me, I learned a serious lesson when we were in Ireland about my mouth and the damage that it could do for me, because someone had misled me about what the IRA and the English are all about, with the war that's going on between them. He said it was just Catholics and the Protestants not getting along, and I'm thinking to myself, that's bullshit, that's prejudice religion, and me, Dave Mustaine, big mouth galore, I started thinking, well, I'm gonna straighten all those people out, and I said something, and God damn. I never had wished I could get back in my bed in Los Angeles so fast in my life.
A Metal Hammer journalist who was at the show wrote the following recap. Having overindulged with Guinness and cocaine pre-show, Mustaine no longer seems swayed by the whole respect argument. Or perhaps he too was showing respect when he decided to spit back in the direction of his most respectful fans. This did not go down at all well, and gobs of spit quickly turned into hells of plastic beer glasses and coins being hurled in his direction. Tensions were ratcheted up even further when a visibly and audibly fucked up Mustaine called out one of those abusing him, challenging him to come on stage and talk face to face, when the guy in question seemed quite keen to do just that. Mustaine strapped his Jackson Flying V guitar, held it by its neck and swung it viciously like a baseball bat at the youth's head, missing connecting with his skull by inches. At this point, Megadeth crew members physically dragged the out-of-control musician off the stage for his own safety. To say that the vibe in the room was tense at that point would be a massive understatement. A more level-headed entertainer might have taken a few deep breaths, calmed himself down, returned to the stage with an apology for losing his head, and carried on with the show. That is not what Dave Mustaine opted to do. Instead, after fortifying himself with shots and rails of cocaine behind the amps, Megadeth's leader returned to the fray and introduced his band's snarling cover of the Sex Pistols' Anarchy in the UK, with the words, "Give Ireland back to the Irish, this one is for the cause." Holy fuck. It was like I'd set a bomb off in the audience, Mustaine would later reflect. A somewhat insensitive comment giving his location, but a rather apt comparison, the journalist noted. If you're asking yourself why Dave's comments were so controversial when I myself at the start of the video said that Ireland should belong to the Irish if they wanted to, the answer is context. Dave said it during an active and fatal conflict in a crowd who held mixed opinions. It also sounded like he was co-signing everything the IRA did, which we know now isn't true, but the crowd at the time didn't know what Dave knew, or rather didn't know. And also, believing in a united Ireland is still somewhat controversial. Remember when all the major newspapers branded Corbyn a terrorist sympathiser for recognising that perhaps having an unconditional and total support for the British Army is not it? Anyway, in 2017, Dave gave Rolling Stone more context about the event. He said, "I saw people selling bootleg t-shirts in front of a venue and asked what it was about, and he said, the cause. And when the guy told me what it meant, he just said, oh, it's just prejudiced religion. One religion thinks it's better than another religion." And I went, shit, I don't know if I'm either of them, but I'm certainly not any of those two because I don't judge other religions. So at the concert, I introduced a song by saying, this one's for the cause from the stage, and wrong thing to say, I learnt my lesson quick, so I don't talk about religion anymore. David Ellefson, bassist for Megadeth at the gig, said, Dave, he's not one to mince words on stage, and we were very unclear of what was happening, the whole thing with the IRA, and it was just a moment that, quite honestly, we were not very well educated on, and comments were made and suddenly all hell broke loose. They quickly escorted us off stage in a bulletproof bus, and they said, you guys need to get out of here, and we rolled out. And yeah, the place got trashed, and it was just one of those things. The day after the event took place, Dave wrote the legendary track, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. If you somehow haven't heard the song, then you've got to because it is so good. I'm actually just listening to it on repeat whilst writing the script and also editing the video.
Holy Wars was written and conceived within a period of hours after that. And we had taken direction from that experience that killing for religion is so stupid. You know, I mean, if there's a good reason behind it, go ahead. I guess, you know, what can I say? I don't want to die, but, you know, it's like, the song itself is just, it stems around all the wars that are going on, and basically, what does war start from? Religion and women.
The opening lyrics of the song are, brother will kill brother, spilling blood across the land, killing for religion, something I don't understand. Fools like me who cross the sea and come to foreign lands, ask the sheep for their beliefs, do you kill on God's command? It's an incredibly powerful song that sadly remains ever relevant. Despite being released 34 years ago, the lyrics, the end is near, it's crystal clear, part of the master plan. Don't look now to Israel, it might be your homeland, holy wars, could have been written yesterday. Despite the disastrous gig, the song reached number 24 on the UK single chart and number 12 in the Irish singles chart. In 2023, Rolling Stone named the song the 28th best heavy metal song ever written. As we all know, the bad press didn't harm Megadeth at all. They continued to play Belfast, even playing again during the Troubles. Presumably because everyone understood that Dave wasn't some kind of national security threat, he was just, like he said, a foreign fool. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for making it this far. If you have any requests for videos, then please let me know down in the comments. I will see you all next week. Okay, thanks, bye. Haven't said that in so long, but